Hi, Michelle. Thank you, honey, for coming back. I think this is going to be better, though. I did have a problem with my connection, I think. And you're buffering. Oh, no. It doesn't show it here. Hi. Yeah, I was having trouble with this computer and getting it going. I don't know if it was YouTube or me, but you got a clear picture? Am I lagging real bad? Hi, Tasha. It's good to see you. I'm surprised you can say that because, oh, I have been so sick. Okay, I'm a flipping a little bit. Right, Michelle Good. Um, I'm getting a second light, so this is the first time, and my first one is hanging in there, so I think I'm okay now. I hope. Tasha, it's good to see you, honey. Have you been okay? Whoop. Okay, there goes that buffering stuff again. Oh, I don't know if we're going to get this done today or not. We've got a lot of ice out there, and it could be you're making a fried egg sandwich. All right. You're writing a new song, huh? I'm glad you're okay. It's icy here, and we're getting a little more today, so that may be part of the problem. Uh, so I this is my third time. I've got to get an intro made for my channel. That is all there is to it. I need an intro that would play, and I need an editing software of some kind so that I can make it and add it to my, so it adds to my videos every time. I need to try OBS again. The chicken song. Okay. Not moving now. Are you all hearing me still? Come on, chat. I'm 20 minutes in and I don't know. Yes, I looked at Filmora and I am thinking about buying that. I've missed that Pearl. I'm going to have to go listen to it. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm going to have to buy some software because I've tried the free ones and they're, they give you one and then you have to buy it or they put a watermark on it and that kind of thing. And I don't want their watermark on it. Okay. I don't remember seeing it in Inspired Art, but honey, you may have. I don't know. I tell you, I was just so sick that I slept a good portion of the day. Did you just post it? I slept most of yesterday, almost all of yesterday. Hi, Dana. My lights are flipping. I'm waiting for it to tell me that my stream is unstable. Okay. Okay, honeys. I thank you. I slept all day yesterday, so I just missed it. And this morning I went in because I got up late. I went in and added the new ones that asked to join and kind of fanned down a little bit and said good morning on the good morning post. And Judy does all my posting good mornings for me. I ask her to do that. So she's not just posting them for herself, that is for the entire group. And I hope y'all understand that. She's doing that for me. And so, when she posts, I wish everybody would just give her, you know, just go to town on it because it's for everybody. And I will check it just as soon as I get off of here. Uh-oh, you lost me, Dana? Uh, shoot. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to stream or not. I've got my device is sitting here and it's strong, and my Wi-Fi signal looks strong, but my YouTube signal doesn't look strong, although I'm clear on it. Okay. But my light's going on and off, and that usually means no stable. Okay. Okay. Well, Tom's on there too, and I can't ask him to go off because he has nothing else to do while I'm up here, and that's the reason why I went up. Yeah, that might be part of it, but I'm showing it on mine, and I usually go on HD unless they've changed that, and if they did, I don't know how to change it on my end. Yeah, yeah, it does. I'm not seeing the lag between my mouth and my sound now, which, you know, watching yourself on the screen is not good. Okay, honey. Okay, Dana. Yeah. Well, I have just, hi, Clara. Message this morning, honey. I really did. Yes, Spanky's day is here. Her 500 subby giveaway is tonight. So everybody remember that. And there's my good friend Kathy. Oh, y'all should have seen that she was on Maddie's stream. And Kathy, you'll have to help me with the name because it has escaped me. Yes, Spanky, I am too. I hope it's me. No, I don't need it. I really, I hope. Kateri? Was it Kateri? No, it was Maddie's stream though. You were doing a swap for her group, weren't you? a tag swap or something. They were awesome. You were supposed to do 6, and let me tell you, they were awesome, all of them. But I can't remember Maddie's. Spectrum Art, that's it. If you can watch the replay, the tags were awesome. And Maddie did a little tutorial on making a hidden paperclip. But I had not seen them really made. So I enjoyed what she did. And, you know, she took a piece of paper like that and folded it, put her paper clip in there, and glued down both sides of the paper clip. She glued it down here, and then she folded it. When she went around it and folded that over. Now see, I can't remember. And then she glued that piece in another piece of decorated paper. But I'm not sure exactly how she glued them now. So anyway, but when you got done, this, if this was your paper, would just slide right over your page. And yeah, it just looked like this on your page with no paper clip showing. And I don't remember how she glued them now. I was going to try to show it, but forget that. I'm going to have to go watch the video again myself. And I watched that close, remember it, but yeah, I slept real hard last night, and I slept yesterday almost all day, and I got up and watched Kathy, and then I watched Bob Ross. Oh, I love to watch Bob Ross. He is so relaxing. I watched him for an hour or so, and then I went to bed. And I'm waiting. I've got to go get me some linseed oil and some odorless paint thinner. Well, that's the reason why I watched him, because he is so comforting. His voice is just, it's just like a, you know. Yay, Shannon, I'm glad. Yeah, I watch him to bring me down from the day or whatever I've had, because his voice is so soothing. Plus, you're watching him, you know, you're watching pretty paint, and you don't have to watch his dry. Do you like my new lipstick color? I got this for Valentine's Day. I know, that's why I love to watch them at night, because you can watch a couple of videos and then you're just kind of ready to go lay down and put your head down and rest a while. I went back to the very beginning. I decided I would watch his series from the very beginning. So last night I started at the very beginning, and I started watching him, and you know, to see how he progressed too, because you know what, a couple of those that he done, the first couple of videos, I didn't care much for. So, but he was trying to feel his way in that studio setting and that kind of thing too. So Shannon, you're such a love. What have I got setting up on that shelf? Oh, my little purse that Spanky sent me. I wonder what that blue thing was. Hi, Mina. Or Mina. Oh, well, don't call me baby. I'm not a baby. And, you know, I'm not here for that. Yeah. Yeah. We need Spanky, you know. Yeah. Remove it, please. Yes. Thank you. And there you go. The squirrel got one, you got one. And another one. Okay, just remove him, please. He's just going to keep coming back. Yeah, I know, Shannon. I'm sorry. There you go. Thank you, hon. Yeah, if he does it again, just block him. Block him completely. I don't know if that's blocking him completely or not, but yes, there. Yes. Now he's hidden. Okay. Oh, I love Sun. She's my baby. There you go. Must be that new shade of lipstick that I was asking if you all liked. I'm not sure it's me. It's a little bit off colored, I think, but then you can see my line where I've been wearing my oxygen lately. I hate that. And I'm still looking at the screen a lot, and I'm sorry, but uh, I can't keep up with chat if I don't. So I'm explaining now. If y'all are just coming in, I'm watching you. The librarian glasses, yeah. I found a pair. Oh my God. I tell you what, girls, I honest to God had 13 pair of reading glasses and couldn't find one. And I can't find my new glasses that I got from the doctor, which were just reading glasses too. I paid a big price for them for reading glasses. And actually, I come home and took them off and put my reading glasses on and could see better. So what can I say? That when you have to wear them all the time, you lose them constantly. And I lose them as much right here as any other place. that's where that's where they're at a good portion of the time. Hello, Carlona. How are you today? We're getting some new people in chat. That's good to hear. Are you a crafter, hon? You just stopped by to see what was going on? We just have a Sunday chat, and I craft and make books, but Sunday is just our day to visit. So that's what's going on. We're just visiting. I'm glad you stopped in. And hear a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Well, aren't we all? None of us really ever do just one thing. That's It's always nice to see a new face. Actually, that looks like beads. Do you make beads? Make jewelry? And I just said I don't look right directly into the camera because my chat is over here. So when I'm on live, I will always be looking at the computer more. So, hello, Sherry. Good morning, honey. I'm glad you made it. It only took me 15 minutes to get online this morning. Hi, Maddie. How are you this morning? I was just telling him about your awesome live stream last night. Oh, that's cool. Clara, that or Kathy, that's cool. We had a really good time with Maddie last night and all the girls. Well, that is good, Carlona. That's awesome. Do you go live? Do you have videos up? Yeah, it was really fun. I enjoyed watching your tutorial, and I was trying to tell people how you did it, and I couldn't remember. I got, yeah, I couldn't remember a thing after I started telling them. Whoever's down there in my coffee better leave me a little. I heard the door open and close. and and I've not had my quota of coffee today. I'm telling you right now, girls. I don't know if there's enough coffee in the world to cover my needs today. Waxworks. It's an art. You can find it in the sporting goods. Is that what you're saying, Kathy? Box wax. Yes. Bow wax. Okay. It's so bad today. It's I have bedhead, but that's good, honey. That's good, Carlona. I'm glad you joined us. And yeah, I got up and I use a product that is a it's a wax. It is a wax, and you put it on dry, and then you fluff your hair and style it, and put some movement and hope in it. And I like it, and I've used it for years. But the other day, I put it in my hair, and I used my curling iron, which I have not curled my hair in ages. But I decided I would put some curl in it because it is straightening out to no end, and I've always had a lot of body in my hair. So I put that curling iron on it, and my hair just went oily. I mean, it didn't look like I had washed it. It didn't look. It was horrible. It held a little bit of curl, but not much. So I've been like that for 2 days now because I'm too sick to rewash it, and I don't wash my hair every time I take a shower. Um, I don't like to. So yes, the heat melted the wax. and it just spread through it, and I was like, oh my Lord. And I just decided I am not rewashing it, and I'm not rewashing it. That I learned a lesson. Do not put it on until after the heat gun, or after the heat gun, after the blow dryer, and after the curling iron. That was just, I forgot to turn off my auto when I restarted. My autofocus has come back on. Heat gun. Yeah, well, I'm a crafter. You can tell that, Batty. I'm a crafter. Grab the heat gun. Go to work. My Annabelle was watching a video the other day, and she's only 4, but oh my gosh, she can watch some of the worst things I ever seen. I took them off of it. That she was watching hairstyling, and she watched this girl put a curler in her hair and hold it and hold it and hold it, and it took when she pulled it out, the whole curl come off of her head. She just had this little strand hanging there. And I, hey, there's a certain amount of time you can hold them things on there. It's just, I can imagine what the heat gun would feel like. I'm having a fibro day, so there's no telling what will come out of my mouth, girls. I'll just warn you now. Because when I have fibro real bad, my brain doesn't work exactly like it should. It misfires and words come out. I know I am so ready, but I've got my stuff cut here. But what happened was, when I laid them out, there is like an 1/8 of an inch difference in several of them. So I'm going to have to wait till I get a few more to be able to do it. So I'm hoping to, I could use these. It would be a little bit off. I could take the 2 largest ones and I could use them for the outside, and and could go to work on it. But I'll wait. Mike's going to send me some things, and that would be nice to have to go on them. And I'm trying to think of how I want to bind them. If I want to do like the sleeve. Yes, it's going to be a small toilet paper roll journal. Those are toilet paper rolls. So, yeah, I'm going to just do a small one. I'm doing a series of mini journals is what I'm trying to do. And I should be working on it right now. Maddie, if you didn't see it, honey, you said you love black. This was my black and gold one material that I had. And then, this black is all vintage. And each signature starts with the gold lace. Oh, wait, you're buffering. Okay. Yes, I'm just going to do a series of small journals like this. And then I'm going to have a destash. And so that's what I have. That's what I have planned. Okay, here it is. This is the one I made the other day. And this is all vintage lace except for the mesh here. And these are some butterflies that Spanky sent me, and some of the lace she sent me, I might add too. So anyway, this black is all vintage, and it's got black paper in it, or gray paper, and just a pretty little book. And I tend to overstuff. That is kind of my deal. And every signature starts with the vintage lace. So when you look at the sides, there's one little here. This is a little tab at this paper, and just because I had 2 of those left over, but it makes it. See how it looks on the side, and there's the back. And I put the amber colored or the blue in it because I have some blue in this center signature. This is more the junk journal one, and the others are more writing ones. So even though there's a lot of writing in this one too. So, but there is a very blue tag in there somewhere, and I had those, and I thought, okay. But this is just kind of regular junk journal. That's the 3rd signature. So anyway, I'm going to make a series of mini journals, and I am going to make them very elaborate if I can. I want them to be really special. I don't want them just to be a mini. I like to do fluffy, as Mike says. I like to do fluffy. I love black and gold. I do. I just love it. And black and red. And I have a paper pack that I'm going to use to be. And it's up here behind me. And this is my quilted one. And as you can see, it's really fluffy. And when I take this off, it really goes like that. So you would love to see it. Well, it is from Twilight series. Let me see. It's called Immortal Love. And Spanky sent this to me as a gift. Well, actually, she brought it to me. Let me turn this down, and I'll show you the pack. It's beautiful. So anyway, I'm using this. This is let me get it, raise it up here a little bit, get you focus a little bit. Okay. So this is yes, her favorite pack. You want to see the breeches I have on? Hey, girlfriend, them are fancy. You want? You've seen them. They're the most comfortable pair of pants I ever had. So anyway, here's the first one. And there's 2 of those. And then the black check, I haven't quite figured out why that. Well, they played chess together when they got married. So I guess maybe that might be part of that. And then it says True Love down at the bottom of this one. And then there's this that says Forever and this ribbon. And of course the red rose, which Spanky made a journal with this on the front, is absolutely beautiful. And then it says Bitten here, which, you know, I just love that. I think I'd use the Bitten. And then the red roses. And then the red silk look again. It is beautiful. And then this is glittered and has this trim down the side. Just beautiful stuff. And then again, this is a pretty page with this coloring. And then this has Lasting Love, Forever Loved by Fate. We are together forever. To love you always. Has all kinds of things on it. People trying here. It is a fantastic pack. And so I'm going to make minis out. So I can make two actually if I cut this right. So that is what I've got planned. And then this looks like it has blood on it. And that I'm not too crazy about. It's all right, but I, wasn't too much into the blood thing. This is beautiful because this is the top of the page, and it's just trim on the top. And then of course there's the wolf. And this is the field they laid in. And the sparkles are, I think, to represent the sparkle that he had. And of course the forest. It is a wonderful pad. To cut it because it's so beautiful, but yeah, sometime or another you kind of have to just as forever. And it follows the movie. This is the field where they played ball, I think. Or maybe no, that's the water. That's the ocean and the beach. And the full moon when the wolves turned. And then again, some more wallpaper, vintage look, and black satin. And they're heavy pages. And then again, the wallpaper in the black. And the black and white on the trees. I love this. And then here's the other rose. And it has a blue cast to it that's just beautiful. You see that? And the texture is just fantastic. And then again, the wallpaper that has the glitter. And that's the end of the pad. But anyway, I love the trees too. And if I work it right, this is going to make 2 journals. And that's what I'm working for, is that I can make 2 out of it and not lose a lot of it. But the paper, every paper in here is just beautiful. If you just get like if you just take the water is just pretty in itself. So yeah, the trees are really pretty. And of course the roses are just gorgeous. So anyway, that's half of it has sparkle. And there's 48 sheets in here, and it is cardstock. So, it's a nice package. And if I just use just the outsides, I could make a lot of them with it. I love the Twilight series, and I watched it and I loved it. And I read it. And so anyway, that's the paper I'm planning on using. And yes, it's embossed. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So, and then I have a pad of graphic 45 that I've been making ephemera out of, and I really need to make a journal out of it. But again, it is cardstock. So I haven't been using it. This pad. And this is what I'm using for on my toilet paper. It is going to be steampunk, but I'm going to use a lot of these papers. That's what I'm going to put on my toilet paper rolls. Is everybody? Oh no. Well, my lights are shining bad into this thing. Just leave them on there. I'll turn it back up. It may have been the paper and the glare off the okay, it could have been the glare off the mat. Yes, and I raised it back up. Lori put me a lot more light in here, so I am a lot brighter, and it could be the light. Anyway, I'm going to take those off for a minute. So I'm back. Yeah, it was probably the paper, you know, my camera and my phone, neither one like to look at white paper. And if I put out a glitter piece of paper, it would kind of glitch it out. So I think it can't figure out how to focus just exactly on the light rays from it. And you know, they're not real powerful cameras. And you're getting a little better shot of my messed up craft room. And we've worked on this for a week. Yeah, the lighting is a lot brighter, and it's helping me. I can see so much better. Of course, I can also see some of the dirt that I hadn't cleaned up. And we didn't bring we didn't bring up the sweeper and sweep, and we didn't we didn't go through everything, but we did a lot more organizing again. And some of my paper, my scrap paper, I don't hoard a lot of scrap paper. I have 2 bags up here that have scrap paper in them. And then I have this stack here. These are whole papers. They're pictures and whole papers. And I'm going to get some more of these bags, and all of my papers are going to be. I know. She put an extra one on the other up above. Hi, Linda. I just turn out the lights and go downstairs. When I'm crafting anyway, everything explodes because I can't craft clean. Everything comes out. I don't have anything. Maddie is so organized. She has everything in it, already made, all this stuff made up. And I make nothing like that. Yes, I had trouble getting started. So, yes, you're just fine. I'm going to go on for a while longer because I didn't get started. I've actually only been about 45 minutes. I've been on. So I love that Maddie makes that stuff in advance, and I would love to start doing that. She makes things and puts them in files where she can just take out tags and put them in her stuff, and it's so cool. When she's embossing, she embosses several pieces of paper and has that embossing in her file, which I think is just so cool. To your left is bad. I know. This over here, I'm not showing this over here. These are my piles. Yes, I will. I do think it's just so cool that you have all that stuff done. And I just am an exploding bomb when I go to crafting because everything has to be made right then. Because I have no ideas. Oh, Linda, honey, those naps are a necessity. I'm sorry, but yes. I will let you see my side over here, which if I can bring it down. You see this? This is the stuff that I use all the time. And it looks like that constantly. And that's chocolates that my granddaughter brought to me. And I'm just going to eat one of those. I really, really don't need it, but I'm going to. That Pixie, she's getting to be something. Are you sure she's not been bred? Which I hope not. But she acts like she's protecting her territory. And that's what a pregnant dog will do. Yeah. Oh, Linda. I'm starting way too early in the morning. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, I just showed off that paper pad, and I showed my corner of all my little goodies and found my chocolate. And so I decided I had to have, which I will have in my teeth now. I'll try to rinse it out. And Mike hasn't come in today. What's he got going on today? Hey, Linda. There's a lot to say for that. Yeah. Yeah. I adopted a dog, and she had 5 sticks that toy sticks that they sent with her. Ah, I see. Well, that's a good thing to be doing. Hi, Marina. Anyway, when I brought her home, and I brought her home for the sticks, and they told me she will line them up on her bed, and she won't do anything until she has them lined up. And the minute we brought her in, she was the sweetest. She took the sticks out of the bag. I give them to her one at a time. Rode home beautifully in the car, absolutely no problem. And I got her in Arkansas, and she went right directly to her bed with every stick and laid them down, lined up across that bed perfectly. And now she would play with them, but then she would take them right back and put them right back where they belonged. And when they got her, she was early stage pregnancy, settle down until they give her those sticks. And she went around out in the play yard and picked up every stick that was out there and brought it in and laid them on the bed. Isn't that sad? Now, after a while, she got over that, and then she would play with them, and she would just leave them laying wherever. But she loved those things, and we had the llamas, and we had sheep. One, well, one goat, not sheep, but one goat, and we had the llama and babies. Well, the baby and the little goat would play with the dog every now and then, and she loved them. Well, then they took the baby and the goat away and left one llama out here, and she went out there a dozen times in one day, checking for things. Finally, she come in and she got one of those sticks, and I went out to see what she was doing because she was excited. You could see she was excited. So I went out and I watched her go out across the field, and she ran right out to that llama, and she laid that stick right down in front of her, and then she backed up. Of course, the llama just looked at her like so. So anyway, she picked the stick up. She eased back in, picked the stick up, and laid it down a little closer in front of the llama. And she backed up. And the llama just looked at her like, what do you want to do with it? And the next time she went in, she grabbed the stick and she come running back to the house. She ran across the porch. Of course, I was standing in the door because I was watching her. And she dropped the stick on the porch and just come in and laid down. She was like, well, that was a bust. She, it was cute and it was sad at the same time. She just wanted to play. And she wanted to play with that llama. She wanted to play with the babies, and they were gone. So she was not happy. And that she was a beautiful dog. And we we didn't have her a long time, and she decided that she loved my housekeeper, and my housekeeper was here late one night, and her boyfriend came out, and of course I had met him and knew him, and I was okay with that because it was late, and he just come out to check on her and see Tom and say hi to us, and she was just visiting. She was just here visiting. So anyway, they decided to leave, and they took her car. And when she went down the road, she'd got to where Hillary was her name. She got to where she would chase her car because she loved that girl, and she didn't want her to leave. So she would chase her. She would chase her down the road and run with her down the road. And I tried everything in the world to get her to quit doing it, but and the only way you could stop, you couldn't stop. If you stopped, she would run in front of you. So she would just keep going. Well, her boyfriend was scared to death, and he said, "You've got to stop." And so she slowed down, and Hillary ran in front of her, and she ran over her. And she come back to the house just squalling her eyes out. And she said, "Mary, I've hit the dog." And she cried over that for over a year. It like to have killed her. It really like to have killed Jennifer. She was soft-hearted anyway, and and she loved that dog, and that dog loved her. But she was a loving dog. If she was out on the porch, she knew when Tom had a seizure. She would bust that door open to come in and said, "Get up on the bed with him." I mean, she loved all of us. And so and she only done it to her. She didn't do it to every car that come along. She just would follow her. And Jennifer knew not to stop. She had just run off and leave her, because it just outrun her, because she would just run beside her, and she would only run the length of our land. She knew where she belonged. But Jeff made up his mind that it was time to stop, and he just pretty much screamed at her, "You've got to stop." And she just automatically hit the brake, and that was enough. So anyways, they stayed all night. They stayed all night and watched that dog, and she did die. But it was very sad. It was very sad. So I have give up on having dogs out here because I get them dumped on me, and the autofocus. I get them dumped on me, and I get too attached, and it's just too heartbreaking when something happens to them. And a lot of times they're dumped on me, and they're sick, and there is nothing I can do because I don't have the income to take care of them. So I just have to take care of them as best as possible. I've took debt, and I just don't have that kind of money, you know. And so, yes, it's a sad story, but she was a beautiful dog, and she lived her life happily at the end. And she was a rescue dog, and she had not been treated well before, and she was the most loving, kind dog. I know, honey. It's expensive to keep pets anymore. But she was just, she got to have a happy home. And that's the way I look at it, is we give her a happy home for the rest of her time. And you just have to know that it was her time. And and I believe that about pets, like I do about people. We have time. We have a set number of days, but we don't know them. And no one knows. No one knows the number of their days. But I do believe there is a set time. And that's why you have to live and be happy and give joy in the time that you have. Yes. Well, I have a place out here on this farm that I bury my pets, and it is my pet cemetery. And my son always comes down, and And, they're all, Hillary was wrapped in with her favorite toys. Uh, I've wrapped them in my quilts. I have wrapped them in, things that I've made, and that's their place. And I love to know they're there because I give them a good home, and I do try to give them a good home, and they are loved. I've never had a pet that I didn't love. I mean, really. My son has a dog right now that was dumped on him, and that dog travels with him and stuff. But I'm afraid of that dog. I don't know why, but that dog barks at me every time I drive up in the driveway, and is like, "You're not getting out of that car." That's all there is to it. You're not getting out of that car, and I think I'm the only one like that. And Glenn walks out the door and says, "Stupid, shut up," you know. And that dog loves him, and will listen to every word he says. Yeah, yeah. But I can do that because I am out in the country, and it is nice that I can do that. But our pets are, and they give us a special love. But I have lost so many things in the last 11 years, in the last, well, actually the last 15 years, 20 years. So many loved ones, so many pets, so many things, and so many people that I just said, I can't do it anymore. So I quit. And that's it. We're going to another subject because that kind of got to me. But it is a fact that we have a certain number of our days, and we got to live them. We have to live them happily. We have to give joy. We have to send out joy to get joy back. And I believe that. And I've said this to you time and time again, that love is a never-ending well. It doesn't dry up. You may think it does, but it doesn't. Love never goes away. Love never stops. Love never stops happening. And even though I don't have a man, I have more people right now that I love than I probably have ever had in my life. And I'm counting you all, because I do. You touch my heart, you touch my soul, you touch me. And so, yeah, I just, at some point, you just say, I can't do it anymore. And it gets harder as you get older. Uh, okay. Okay, honey. Thank you so much. And yeah, I love every one of you. Um, it is but it is such a broad thing. The capacity of a heart is amazing. It's amazing the capacity that we have to hold love for the people we meet and one another. And even though you hurt, and there's things that hurt so bad, you think you'll never get over it. But there's chambers in your heart that you put those things, and the heart goes on beating, and the heart goes on loving, and it will just overtake you if you let it. If you let it. If you harden your heart, then there's no way that love can go in. So you don't harden your heart, you open your heart to the joys of life, and then love will come to you. And I truly believe that. Yes, I understand. I understand, Tasha. Yeah, I know. I went through my husband's this month too. And it was very, very hard. It was rough on me. And it always is. It always is. But you know, I do find myself sometimes not really remembering it on that day, but on the next day. Or, you know, it's like I've just blocked that day. Yes, what is your weather, Kathy? I've got ice and sleet going on and a little bit of snow. So, yeah, we need some. But you know, I can't talk to you in these live streams without giving you a little piece of my heart. You're sweating, it's sweating bullets weather. 84 feels like 89. Well, you know what? That'd be almost too hot for me. Isn't there some place that would be like 72 and just be perfect? No wind, no rain, just 70, 72, 74 degrees. See, that's my temperature. That's beach weather. South of France. Heaven. There you go, Linda. Yes, Sherry, I understand. I understand. I've had to give up some that I didn't want to, but I just absolutely couldn't keep them fed. I know. Or actually anywhere in the world that they don't have either rain or something else. No, Elizabeth, you are never too late for the party, honey. You just come on in. Just come on in. Elizabeth, her daughter said we should be neighbors, and I think she's right. I would love to be Lizzie's neighbor. I bet there's never a dull moment. It's so good to see you here, honey. Just ordered unicorn fabric. Ah, look how she put that in there right after you. Yeah, she missed the blubbering, Elizabeth. That's a good time to come in. I know, Kathy, we probably would. I'm glad that she didn't hear all that because it would really been hard on her right at this moment. So I'm glad she didn't hear all that. When you hear Lizzie, you hear yo. I get started coughing. Don't think anything about it. It's because I've laughed too hard, or something's going on. And I'm looking for my Kleenex, which I just bought and brought up here, and it's not anywhere in sight. So my grandbaby probably put it in the bed with her and pulled half of them out of the box. Oh, honey, we'd have to be silly, have a little fun now and then. It's the reason I don't craft on Sunday. This is the day that the Lord made for us to rest. And, honey, that's what I do on Sundays. I very rarely craft on Sunday, even though I might put craft on my stream. I like to visit. This is my visiting day. So that's what I do. Yes. Yes. Well, you have to do it if you can't afford them. It's silly. When I was taking money out of the food budget to feed animals and not me and Tom, I said, it's no, it's just not going to happen again. And it took especially for big dogs. And my dogs were big. Yeah, yeah. I think you're right, Spanky. But we need to talk about other happy things like the weather. The weather in Florida. Spain. Elizabeth's there too. I know. Yeah. Yeah. My last bag of dog food I bought was $60. I was like, no, no, because I bought special stuff. So it is what it is. I'm a making mini albums, Elizabeth. When I'm making mini albums. Right now, I'm just talking, just talking and carrying on. Are you feeling better, Elizabeth? I know you haven't been feeling well. Hello, Edwin. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Edwin, no, thank you. Uh, okay. I have a sinus infection. And I mean it has been a serious uh sinus. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. It has been a serious sinus infection. I mean, I have just been stopped up and coughing. It is the lipstick. I'm not going to wear this anymore. That's what the third one or the second one. Yeah, we don't need that. The lipsticks and the fancy pants. There you go. Well, I don't on that picture that I took. On this last one, I was like, is this going to work or not? And you watch somewhere in my live stream that will be froze. That is great. That's great, Elizabeth, because I bought from the feed store, but my dog had got sick. Thank you, honey. My dog had gotten sick and she was really bad, and they said she wouldn't make it. And so I bought her the best I could buy her because my sister said that they had told her bad about her dog, and she bought this certain food that was recommended, and it was expensive, but it did help them. So I thought, well, I'm gonna give it a try. But it didn't work. It didn't work. I put on lipstick a lot. I wear a lot of lipstick. And I got lipstick for this lipstick for Valentine's Day from my granddaughter, and some blush, which I don't, it's too light for me, um and some eyeshadow, this eyeshadow, and it looks like lipstick. And I'm like, that's not eyeshadow. It goes on wrong. That's not eyeshadow. And I was like, this feels like lipstick. And I read the tube again, and it says eye color, eyeshadow, and it's exactly the same color as lipstick. Has a little bit of glitter in it. But I don't like it because my eyes are red enough without having red on or that kind of red on my eyes. I was looking, usually I have my tube of lipstick right here in this side drawer because I do have my this is something I use all the time. Is this, and I love it. And have you ever tried it? I'm not saying the name because it's, I'm not doing it an advertisement for them. But yeah, this is some of the best stuff. And it is colored. And I love that it has some color in it. And because I like to wear lipstick. And there's the top to my lipstick, but I don't see my lipstick tube. See, that kind of worries me now. Where is that little thing all over? Here it is. I knew it was in here. It's way down over here. This I've used quite a bit of, but that's my favorite. So I keep one of them up here all the time. And because never know, I might have some good looking man walk up my stairway and I'd have to be ready. You got to be open for whatever possibility might come your way. And I looked at some of the back of my old videos when I had no makeup on and I was in my pajamas. And of course, I'm going on later. But, I really was not prepared in those videos for that opportunity. And I don't know who might come in my house and do that, but somebody might see this and I need to meet her. And the pants they were talking about, I'll just show you again. My sister got me these, and I'm telling you what, they are bright. Whoop, went down too far. You see that? Look at them bright pants. Goodbye, Sharon. So I'm prepared. I got my bright pants on, my big old shirt. I guess so. Well, they would have to be polite or I wouldn't have anything to do with them. And would you call my friend is not, who would put a phone number on there and say, call my friend? Yeah, like that's going to happen. Aren't those fancy? I'm telling you, most comfortable things I've ever wore. And sometimes I wear them for a couple of days. Telling you, I go to bed in them and I get up and wear them again the next day. He might have been a really good friend. I have several pair of these type of pants now, and I'm telling you, I practically live in them here at home. And I do wear them out. I've got some that are dressy that I can wear out, but good friend, yeah. I love this style. And you know what? I don't care if they think I'm too old to wear it. If that's supposed to be for a skinny woman, I don't care. Because I'm going to be me and I'm going to wear what I like and what makes me comfortable. Well, that's right. I love them as PJs. They wash up so easy and they dry quick and you just, and they're not real expensive to buy. And that's part of it. I would love to have several pairs of jeans in my closet, but oh my Lord, girls, the price of jeans. It is amazing. I go into sticker shock. I'm like, who pays that? And Lizzie, I'm reading the chat, honey. It's the reason I'm looking sideways. So that's exactly right. Shannon, oh, okay, honey. I don't have my grandbaby today. I didn't have her for several days this week. So I have of jeans that I can still wear now. I have several pair, but I lost 50 pounds. And luckily I have not gained it back yet. I'm surprised because oh my Lord, I have been on a binge like nobody's business. Yes, Shannon, I'm with her, honey. Uh, I don't buy them either. I'm really blessed. My sister loves to shop. She does a lot of shopping, and she buys clothes if she has an occasion to go to. She goes and buys clothes. Of course, she fluctuates in her weight, and so she calls me and she says, "Mary, I've got something for you." And I go up there and she'll go into her closet and she'll just start pulling out clothes. Try this on, try this on, try this on, try this on. And I love it when they got these kind of pants because I could never wear her pants. She give me blouses of all kinds, but I could never wear her pants. She's smaller in the bottom than I am. So, now I can wear these stretchy pants. And when she gets tired of them, she gives them to me. And I'm like, yeah, baby, come on. Just fill my closet. So she does send me some nice things. And every now and then she sends me some smaller things because her weight does fluctuate. And I give them to the girls. So they love it too. Of course, I love my sister to no end and I need to go see her. I know I wear more pajamas than I wear clothes. So I have decided that Sunday I will get up. I don't do this every day, but I will get up on Sunday and I will put on my makeup. I will comb my hair, even if it's not really well combed, and I will put my clothes on. One day a week, I am going to be dressed for company or whatever occasion arises, and for my live stream because I need to do that because I don't take care of myself. And if I don't take care of myself, who's going to do it? Oh, honey, you better stay well and be careful. Yes, I love you too, sweetheart, and you know I will be there. My name's in that hat too. I'm telling you, she's got the big, she's still adding to her box, her giveaway box. Yes, it does, Spanky. Yeah, Yolanda, mine do too. Yeah, but you do a lot of painting, Linda. I haven't done a lot of painting. I'm a few more things. Yeah, just a few more. She has been adding to that box since she announced this giveaway. And I'm telling you, Maddie, that's all right. That happens. It's Sunday, honey. Lizzie, or Spanky's leaving us, Maddie. She's heading out the door. She has her giveaway is tonight, and she will be on at about 6 o'clock Eastern. 5 o'clock my time. And they're going to do their 100 subby giveaway. So, and it's a big thing. She has got a massive box of stuff to give away. And as I was saying, she's adding to it all the time. I know Spanky. She sent me a box that was absolutely, I'm going to put a few things in a box for you. I've been putting a few things in a box for you. That box was stuffed full. Which, bless her heart, thank you. But okay, honey. Rest well, have a good supper. That'll probably help your head. Love you, honey. We have been talking again about having the crafting retreat. Trying to work out some details. I'm very slow at it. I do know this, girls. I cannot do this alone. So if I have this, I'm going to have volunteers that will help with cooking, that will help with crafting, and and some of the stuff that's going on, because I can't do it all, and I'm well aware of that. All right. He didn't ask anybody. He didn't ask any crafters this time. I just love Mike. I just love Mike. Honey, I don't have a barn. My barn is falling down. The roof come off of it, and I didn't have anybody to get it fixed, and my son didn't want to climb up on the roof, and so it has fell apart. And it is now in the state of collapse. So I hate it, because we loved that barn. That was one of our, that was one of our things, was to be down in the barn with the animals and everything. And I've lost my chicken coop, and now I'm losing my barn. Yes, Maddie is live tonight too. Said she was probably not going to be on a long time, because they thought because she has really worked hard to get this night ready. And so I don't know what all she's got planned, but I don't think she's got a lot of crafting planned or anything like that. So she's, well, she goes on at 6. You go on at time to drop in and say hey. And, and I may be a little late coming in, because I will come in after Spanky. Spanky and I are very, very close, Maddie, and she's come to my home and stayed, and so we are good friends. And I just can't wait for her to come back in June. We have, like I said, we have been planning a crafting retreat, and I have a big old house. I have room for about 7 that I can put up. Now that's sleeping on air mattresses and that kind of thing. But I have a queen size bed and 2 air mattresses that I can blow up, and a double bed. If somebody doesn't mind sharing a double bed, I have double bed. And then, of course, I've got a queen size bed that somebody could bunk with me, and it wouldn't make any difference to me. And I have the couch, and then I have a floor that would sleep 5 or 6 if they have blow up beds that they could put out. But that's all iffy. That's if you would do that. And not only that, but there is cost involved. So I'm trying to figure out what would be fair, how much it would cost for the food, the porta potties, the I'm trying to find smooth out all the details, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I do too. I open two YouTube windows and then just bounce back and forth sometimes. Yes, Lizzie, it just sounds like so much fun. But I know that physically I am not capable of handling all the work. And when I mentioned this to my granddaughter, who does help me, she says, "I'm afraid we're going to be gone that weekend, Grandma." you know, I mean, really. And Kathy, there is a really nice new motel in Republic. Well, it's not brand new, but it is a really nice one. It is an American Inn, but they have an inside. Uh, you were talking about staying in a motel. That is only like a 15-minute drive from my house. Yes, that RV would cost a fortune. Oh, Linda, that's so sad. There's a Hilton in Springfield, but there's not one any closer than that. And that's about a 20-minute drive. That's about a 20-minute drive. I don't know from the Hilton how far it is here. If you take I-44 to the Republic bypass, I would say probably not 20, probably 25 minutes. Yeah, well, it'd be worth the 25 miles to get a free room for the night. And hi, is it Johanna or Johanna? I just wanted to make sure I'm saying your name right. Hi, sweetheart. Is it or Johanna or is it Johanna? How do you pronounce your name? Because I don't want to be sitting here saying it wrong. Joh, Joe, Joanna, or Johanna. Okay. Well, I'll try to get close. I'll try to get close. Okay. I do like to know though. It makes me feel good if I know I'm saying their names right. Like $80, and she's not here today. Uh, Joe, there you go. I haven't seen $80 today. I wonder where she is. Bless her heart. And that's the way you say her name. Atedal is $80. She spelled it out for me. And I was really pleased because it's kind of, it's one of those names. I know I haven't seen her in a while. I saw a post. Um, I think it was on one of the videos that she commented on, but she hasn't really been online. Deborah. There are some people that are, it's spelled the same, but they're called Deborah, which is one of my great aunt's names, and I just think it's beautiful when it's pronounced like that. But yes, they called her Deborah. Okay, Maddie, I'm so glad you come in, honey, and thank you for allowing me to come to your live stream last night. I really had a good time. I tried to pop back in yours this evening. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed everybody there on that was on the stream. Aaron and Kathy and Keisha and Kateri and all of you. And so I really enjoyed it. And yesterday, if y'all were in Kathy's live, I want to a little bit. We had somebody asking about uh, a person who no longer is in Kathy's stream or my stream, and she is not in here right now. And if she was, I would bring this up anyway. This person happened to cause quite a bit of drama for both of us, and she asked yesterday, and I was rather harsh with my answer. And for that, I want to apologize for in case you all read it, because I I was just done. I mean, I was just done with the questions and asking. And it's not something I want to relive. It's not something Kathy wants to relive. It's not, I mean, we're over it. We're done. And this woman can move on. She can move on and just go on and be happy. We are just let her be happy somewhere. But I'm done. So that's kind of the way I said it. I wanted to apologize to anybody that was happened to be in Kathy's stream for the way that I sounded, because I read it and I know that it sounded very hateful. And I didn't mean to be hateful. I just meant to stop the asking, because every time she just doesn't stop asking, regardless of whether you ignore it, you don't, and how do you handle after a while? You just have to say enough is enough. I don't want to talk about it. So that's pretty much what I did. And like I said, I want to apologize to anybody that was in there who might have seen it and thought that I was being extremely hateful to her. I did not mean to be that hateful to her. I happen to really like this woman. I've liked her for a long time. And hey, Mike, how are you, darling? I know. And it's just the digging at the bones. And there comes a time when you have to stop digging up bones. You just have to stop, you know. So, but I wanted you to all know that that's not my normal being, and I don't normally do that. Yeah, it was that point that happened. So, Mike, I didn't think you was going to make it today. Fist bump, fist bump, fist bump. I Listen. I heard you was honeydew. Yes, she did. She sure did. Tasha, I love you, honey. You know what it's like, and you just don't want to bring it. Just don't want to talk about it. We're just done. Life goes on, things move on, things change, and you just get over it, and you're just done with it. And actually, at this point, I just feel sorry for him. I just feel sorry for him that it goes on. So, I just wanted everybody to know that was the reason that I answered the way I answered, in case they did read it and take it wrong. And of course, if they took it wrong, they probably wouldn't have been in my life today anyway. But so, Mike, you done honeydew? I No, it wasn't so good, I don't guess. But yeah, you've missed a lot of stuff. I've had two trolls. I'm telling you, one of them wanted me to call his best friend, and the other one was just weird. It just kind of weirded out. And exactly. Kathy, that's a good saying. That is just a good saying. I have never heard it put that way before, but that is perfect. Oh, girls, if you haven't read it, now you need to read that. Yeah, I will. Daddy always says sometimes you got to wade through some turds to reach the plunger. It's perfect. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good quote. Oh, I love it. I love you all. Talk on Sunday mornings and do this. Oh, honey. Thank you, darling. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's what I say. Just walk away. Just walk away. If you can't do something positive, just walk away. Uh, Life is too short for all the stress and drama and stuff that goes on, and we talk about this a lot on my live stream, and it's just not necessary. I said this morning, the heart has a large capacity to love. Oh, Mike. No, they're afraid of you, honey. Kathy. I don't either. I don't want it, and I don't even like to talk about it, but we do. It comes up a lot on my talks because it is a lot. There's a lot of it out there, and people will tell me about it and bring it to me, and so I do bring it up occasionally, and I try to put my life is too short. Life is too short. Give love, be in peace, and if you're not in peace, go somewhere else. Just go somewhere else. Go where you can find it. Be buffered a little bit. So it may be, but right now it shows me having a good stream, so I don't know. Uh, Elizabeth's buffering. Oh, I hate to hear he's not feeling well. Okay. I'm lost. Hello. What is this? Ah, Am I back? Okay, my radon system quit responding and the light come up and it said if I click it off that I might lose information or settings, and I clicked it off anyway, so we'll just see what happens. I have no idea what that is, and I didn't care. Just don't mess with my stream. Just don't mess with my live stream. Well, my neck is getting red. That made me do that new makeup I've got on. Good. Good. I wasn't sure. All of a sudden, y'all said, "Oh, she's buffering, buffering, buffering," and then I was like, "There's nobody here." So I didn't know if I was going to have to go out and come back or what I was going to have to do. But it took me 4 tries this morning. But I moved my computer, and I forgot to turn the auto focus off. But I moved my computer this morning, and I think I loosened some the connection. Oh, I don't like leftover turkey. I have never been a fan of leftover turkey. I'm showing 14, but I've got 15 thumbs up, so I'm okay. Somebody may have popped out a minute. Oh, now I've got 13. See, it just goes up and down, up and down. See, Pearl, I'm telling you, I like your numbers, honey. Keep it up. I really didn't have a thing, absolutely not a thing. I was going to try to work on this, but when I got them up here, I just didn't have enough. And like I said, they're all so many different sizes. As you can see when I put them in my hand. Let me flatten them out here. They just kind of step downhill. So it's man, that sounds good. Hello, Franta from the Czech Republic. Welcome. I just have never cared for leftover turkey or chicken. Now, smoked turkey I can eat, but not the others. But biscuits and gravy, oh, I can make myself sick on biscuits and gravy. Pilsen City. I'm sure I'm not saying that right, but welcome, honey. I hope that my closed caption is on so you can see what I'm saying, and it's not completely out of control. It sounds good. Oh, I am very smart. Okay. Oh, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda. You know, if they're just coming in to see what's going on, that's okay. So, yeah. Yeah, I know y'all do. This is, this is really weird for Sunday. I've not had too many, and so it's kind of weird. But they may not be doing any harm. So, honey, Janie, I am not working on a thing. I thought I would craft a little bit today. bed. I got up here and didn't have enough of them. That was the same size. So I'm putting it off because Mike's going to send me some stuff to make them steampunk. And I can wait a while on this one. So I may start on another little, yeah, this is just coffee and chat day and talk. And we do that a lot. Sunday is not really a big work day for me, never has been. So I just enjoy being online and being able to talk to you because a lot of times I miss some of the things that you want to say or some of the things you want to see or that kind of thing, and it gives you that chance to ask me questions, although that is if you can get me to shut my mouth long enough because I do love to talk. It's been a problem, and I don't think it's you, Irma. I think it's YouTube because oh, Jamie, bless your heart. Are you going to drag Shannon out tonight? Well, I'm going to have to be popping around because we've got Maddie going on again tonight. We is going on with um, her giveaway. Oh, Janie, awesome! Thank you. And yeah, and you're going on, Mike, and I have got to come to your live stream because you make me happy. You make me laugh, and I enjoy the laugh. So I'm gonna have two YouTubes open and probably two streams in each one. It makes you pee. Well, I'm going to be downstairs where if I have to go, I can run fast because I can't run down these stairs if I have to go. That does not work. A stairway and having to go is just, you can't cross. I've tried it. It doesn't. In fact, I'm going to just tell you the truth. I think I peed my pants twice getting down these steps since I started crafting up here. My God, this might do it. This might slip in there if you send me a link. I don't know what I'll do, but laugh at you. I might get something done. Yeah, I think we can space them out long enough to do it. Yeah, there's a lot of times I have to watch a little bit of one and then a little bit of another one because there are people that I want to see. And so I don't feel bad about doing that. I just, I try to give them a long enough view that they're going to get credit for it and enjoy what they're doing and that kind of thing. And then I go on to the next one and try to do the same thing. Because you have to be on for a certain amount of time before it counts as a view. And so, I try to give them a view at least. But as Spanky, I will be in there until it's over. Hi, Vanessa. How are you, darling? I'm so glad everybody has popped in today. I'm telling you, this is great. I'm glad to see my numbers going up and, everybody coming back. And we used to have such a good crowd. Oh my gosh. Now, I'm not going to do that. Spanky goes on at 6. I'm doing fine, honey. I've still got a little bit of the sinus infection. In fact, I had bloody nose this morning from blowing so hard. She timed you out? Well, right. Why have to have it secondhand? Oh, Janie, are you getting better? Migraines are nothing. They are so nasty. And I'm so blessed not to have too many headaches. My mother had migraines, and I occasionally have one, but it's very. Mm, yes, the lollipop guilt. Okay, Joe. Hurry back. And everybody's spinning again. I don't like the spinning wheel. I never. I don't like the merry-go-round. The merry-go-round used to make me sick. No, every time I got on the merry-go-round or us girls would get on it, some little boys would come over there and decide they really wanted to spin us hard. And they would. And then by the time you got off of it, you was just dizzy and lightheaded as you could be. You kind of want to upcheck and so I'm not good with going round in circle things. Yeah, well, that's a little different spinning. I kind of like the wheels that spin, that are coming up sevens. I have been known to drop a few dollars in those. I know. I know. But how much fun we had. We're so scared that kids will get hurt. And oh my gosh, and kids did get hurt. Kids did get hurt. And I'm not going to make light of that. Kids broke their arms, there was, but where I just don't see putting kids in a plastic bubble all their lives. I'm telling my kids, you better get out there and play. Go, have fun. Uh, yeah. Well, my computer is not very fast because it is a Wi-Fi computer. I'm not hard drive. I'm hardwired. Excuse me. I'm not. Yeah, but our slides were better. You could at least, you didn't stop right in the middle of them and just wonder if you're going to go or not. They slid. We could come off there fast. you know. And our swings were good. And now there's all this on the swings, and you know, and Tom is doing well. Vanessa, thank you for asking. He's downstairs, and I told him, oh, he is such a cookie monster. So I told him this morning when I come up, I said, now, Tom, there's tuna salad made. Yes, the monkey bars. I love them too. I love to walk those. But yeah, there was some torture devices. But then we done things like wind the maypole. We had a maypole in our playground. They don't even know what a maypole is now. They had to stop that. They thought it was pagan or something. And it was just pretty to see everybody out there winding ribbons. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But we didn't get that hot here. Tetherball was not too fun. But I actually went out in the backyard and put my kids in a pole they could do somersaults on. Now, it wasn't very high off the ground, but they were little babies, and I put it down. They could lean over it because they were always doing somersaults or doing something, and made them a playground piece of equipment in my backyard. And I don't know. I'm just of that old school that kids need to be outside running. They changed the rules on football when I was in grade school, and no more tackle. There was Kathy, uh, they took away tackle football, and my teacher caught them playing, and she told them to quit. And she caught them again the next day, and she said, "Now I've warned you twice. I'm not going to warn you the third time." Now teachers then could paddles, all of them had paddles. So the third day they got out and they were playing. Now this was in grade school. They were playing tackle football, and there was kids from every classroom together. And she called them up. Not, I'm back down. uh, she called them up. She made them all bend. She lined them all up on the playground, bent them over, and she paddled them right there on the playground. Every one of them. And I don't know how many kids there was playing, but it was it was a sight to see. Okay, have a good dinner, and I love you, Lizzie, and I'm glad you came in. I love you a bunch, hon. Tell your daughter I said hello. I know, right? But I tell you what, she did swat them pretty hard. And it was right out in the middle of the playground so everybody could see. And of course, every kid stopped playing to watch. And I was in a little town, but there was quite a few people that came to my school. In fact, they had uh, they had been building on it already. So, and now the building I went to grade school in is part of the junior high facility. And the junior high facility has been built onto. And the high school I went to is a part of the middle school. And they built a new sprawling grade school that takes up one city block. And now they have built a high school outside of town, even. I know. The extra spankings at home were never good, because my mother would have spanked me. I would have got spanked twice. If I got spanked at school, she'd spank me again when I got home for being mean. So I was a good girl. I'm telling you, I was afraid to do anything. I just know, because I got caught doing everything under the sun. If I ever done anything mean, I got caught. If I ever said anything mean, I got caught. I didn't like switches. I did not like switches. And I had to get my own switch. And I didn't like that either. I know, I was too. My mom could lay it on you. No, and she would. And she would. Yeah, I was switched. And it was usually with a wood branch. The school had one, and I did. The principal had one, and it had holes in it, and it was a mean thing. Now that's mean. Oh yeah, yeah. If they missed your butt and then hit your legs, you knew what it felt like. You didn't want it twice. That's all right, Michelle. Yeah, but it was better than my mama got. She was whipped with razor straps. So, and my kids swear up and down that I whipped him with a horse crop, but I didn't. They brought me one in, and they brought me one in that they found, and so I took it from them. And I had four to five boys all summer long, and there was things that they would get into that was just. So I had to get my bluff in on them. So when they brought that in, I slapped it across my hand and I said, "This looks like a good butt whipping thing to me." And I hung it in the closet. And I swear to you, they swear to this day that I whipped them with it. And I never hit them with it at all. But all they seen was that thing go into my hand and the pop that it made. Of course, it had a flapped end. It made more sound than it hurt because it was, it would pop twice. Oh, oh. Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, but I'll tell you what, again, too, on the other side of that, whatever I got whipped for, I could tell you right now that I never done it again because I didn't want whipped for it again. I learned that you whip it. No, my mama didn't do that. My mama didn't do that. She was not. She whipped us, but it was not. It was not where I had marks that stayed on me for days or whatever. I can imagine, Mike. I had my boys. I whipped them with my hand. I always deserved it. When I got it, I always deserved it. Hi, little C. How are you, darling? Uh, I come upstairs and I whipped my boys because they were just absolutely, totally destroying this house, and I told them to clean it up. And I whipped Clint, and he went to working. And Tommy looked at me and said no. So I whipped him. No, he never made a sound. And he never made a sound. So I whipped him again. And the next day, there was a bruise on him. And I said, I would never whip him like that again. But what it was is that his mind did not accept the pain messages. So for him, there was no pain because his brain didn't process it like that. So I figured out that I could hold his hand out just and slap it just like that. Not any harder than that. and it whipped him. It whipped him so bad. And I didn't hurt him. All I had to do was just slap the back of his hand, and he could see it, and he thought he was whipped. So right then, I changed my way of punishing the kids. Now I did spank them. I did spank them. I was spanked, and I spanked my kids, and I spanked my grandbabies. Went to Annabelle the other night, and it blocked the floor with the back of it, and I was like, "Oh no, you don't! Oh no, you don't! Not in my house." And Mama finally took over because she didn't want me to whip her anymore. And she said, "Well, we've talked this over, and we can't just keep whipping her for the same thing." And I said, "Like heck, I can't." I said, "She's not going to treat my furniture like that." You know, I love you too, Jamie. You go enjoy some of that for me. I'm going to have some leftover chicken and dumplings again. Because we made way too many. Doesn't that sound good? It's not warm enough here to barbecue. I can tell you right now. And she whipped your mouth out with soap. She washed your mouth out with soap. Yeah, it's cold here. Although we've got a little bit of sun shining right at the moment. And it's supposed to get up to about 37. Oh, now see that irritates me. I didn't choose which one I was going to whip. Them kids knew that if they did something, I knew they done it all as a group. There was no way that they done that just one of them. They were too close. So I just whipped them all. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, yeah. I could be. The last time I got whipping, I was 16 years old, and I will never forget it. 15 or 16. Mom made me go get the switch, and she laid me across the bed. She said, "Lay across that bed." And she started spanking me. And I didn't cry. And I was just kind of stubborn. And she whacked me again, and she whacked me again, and I still didn't cry. Finally, I said, "Mama, that's enough. I'm whipped. And you won't have to do it again." And she never had to spank me again. But I wanted to kill my sister, and I tried. Oh, yeah, Marina. Those spoons would get you too. But now that sounds so bad. And you know what? We didn't beat I didn't beat my kids, but I did whip them when they needed it. And it stopped them, at least from that we're doing. Of course, then they would go on and do something else, and I would have to do it again. But I had 5 boys out here that was all the same age. They stayed here all summer long. And there was nothing that they wouldn't get into. I'll never forget the day they came in from the chicken house. The youngest one came in, and I had not gathered the eggs, and I had a lot of hens. And he came in, and he was standing just like this with his arms out, and the egg was just dripping off of him. I mean, it was just running off in a stream. And he said, "I don't throw no eggs." Well, no, he hadn't. He hadn't thrown any eggs because the other boys had gotten in the chicken house and they were waiting on him. Oh, when Daddy got involved, it's a whole different story. But anyway, needless to say, they all come in and they were all covered with, they broke my chicken house was dripping from the rafters down with eggs. And we had to shovel out, it was dirt floor. We kept it covered with hay, fresh hay. We had to scrape up all the hay and get it out. Had to take the, and of course, here I had chickens. I mean, this is where they stayed at night. We had to clean out all the nests. We had to wash the inside of the chicken house down because it was summer with the hose. And it was an old building, old chicken house, old nest, you name it. It was bad. Them kids had just absolutely broke every egg in it, and they had been throwing them at each other, so they were everywhere. And we made them do it. They had to clean the chicken house. We made them do it. And they all got whippings. Even the one that was not involved that come in and said, "Oh, I didn't throw no eggs." He may not have at first, but he did after he got in there. I'll guarantee you. You hear your dad was BB proof? Well, I'll tell you what, I was shot in the butt with one in there. They hurt. The boy down the street from me shot me in the butt with one and laughed. And I chased him a block. If I could have got a hold of him, I'd have wrung his neck. Oh, oh, mercy. That, I didn't ever feel like we were abused. I loved my mom and dad, and I knew they loved me. And I never felt abused. I felt punished. I felt like, whoa, let's not go there again. We might get away with that with mom, but if daddy gets involved, we're never going to get away with it then. And of course, my daddy never touched us. My mother done all the punishment. But I didn't have to spank them very often. There were things that they did that I did spank them for, but I didn't have to do it very often. Oh, wow. Well, I was usually angry when I spanked, but I never hurt my kids. I knew when to quit. In fact, the worst thing they did was they decided they would come down the stairs three at a time, and they come running down. And of course, they hit my china cabinet and they turned it over, and the china cabinet doors opened up and everything come out. And they broke my china, which I had some really, really old china that was so thin that you could see through the cup. And it was blue willow. And he broke my teapot that was the same way. And, and those things were gifts to me when I got married. They broke, and I said, "You need to go now." And they were like, and I said, "No, you need to go now. Don't say a word. Don't say anything. Just get yourself out of my sight. Do not say another word." Because I knew if I touched them, that I would have hurt them. Restrictions didn't work out here because we lived on a farm 5 miles out. Shoot, they were restricted in pretty much what they could do anyway. You had to get off restriction to get married. Kathy, that's funny. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Mike. The fireman's post in your bedroom, huh? So you cut the hole in the floor, honey. But yeah, there were some things I didn't touch them for because I knew that if I did, I would just, I would not stop. I'd be that mad. Oh no! Hi, Malia. How are you, honey? I'm so glad you come in. Linda, or Patricia, I don't know if you're still here, but I've done so good. I went 2 hours without a cigarette. Yay! I have told Patricia because when I'm watching videos, I chain smoke. So I'm feeling very much better today, honey. I told her that I would do my best to only smoke one cigarette during a video, which that's something else. It didn't make any difference how long the video is. And well, unless you counted a 4-minute one, didn't count. If they were 27 minutes or whether they were an hour, it didn't make any difference. One cigarette per video. And that would help me cut down. And so I'm trying that. Oh, oh my goodness. Carrie. Mm. Now those checks coming up missing, that's kind of hard sometimes. Yeah, especially when you're old. You don't want them to come up missing when you're old. Well, I'm trying it. I am really trying it, Linda. I thought, there's no sense in me just chain smoking, and I am chain smoking. So I thought, okay, she said, well, just try to not smoke one for at least 15 minutes. And I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will lay one out, and that will be my cigarette for this video. Because I watch videos all night long. Because Tommy watches cartoons or game shows that haven't been on in 40 years. And I'm sorry, I can't watch them. I can't watch them. I burn them up a lot too. But that's okay. If I've lit it, it is considered smoked. So I am trying my best to stick to it. One cigarette, regardless of whether I get to smoke it or not, one cigarette per video. Yeah, I want to smoke more, but I try not to smoke but once during a live stream. And I didn't use 3 hours and not. And I should continue that because I really don't like to smoke on live streams. But I do. About 2 hours in, I go to smoking. And it is 3 o'clock. So I've got to be off here by 4. Or at least by 3:30 so I can rest a little bit before Spanky goes on. Because she goes on at 5 my time. So it is too expensive to let them burn up. It's too expensive to smoke them. Oh, Carrie, you're so lucky. Hi, honey. How's Cindy? How is Cindy? Hi, Sabrina. Hello, hello. I'm so glad to see you all pop in. Thank you. Sabrina, are you new to my channel, honey? Well, I'm so glad you come in and stopped and see us. Sunday is just our chatting day. I don't do any crafting. These are just my lazy Sundays. I don't do any crafting. We just talk. And that way, if anybody has anything they need to say or want to know about, I can answer them or whatever. And Cindy, thank you, honey. I'm actually a mess today. That oh, that sounds good. Hi, Donna. How are you, darling? I'm feeling better. Hi, Shirley. That is my. It is just. It's just my time. Uh, I, I don't have to feel like I'm rushed to do anything, or I have to impress somebody with my crafting ability, or I have to do this, or I have to do that. Uh, and we all know we craft, so it's nice. It's nice to just have some feedback to see what you all are doing and to hear about you and be able to read the chat and I want to see some of your acrylic pours. Are you going online with them, honey? Yay. That's great, Cindy. Uh, I'd get the 5-gallon jug. That's something I hold on to is my buttons. I don't have quite a full jar. Well, I do because the packages, but okay, I know. But are you doing a video on them? Because I would love to see them. Linda, your painty papers and your artwork is amazing, and I would love to see some of it. You're going to have to go online and show us what you're doing. I've got a fishbowl. I use a big fishbowl. And I will get up and show you my fancy pants again. Because I have to get in this corner to get it out. And I have to get my Camel Joe out of there before I can get it out. Look here. Now that's a collector's item and I won't get rid of it. But it also has my spoon in it that was sent to me by a very woman overseas. This is my button jar. This is it. And I love it. It's big enough that you can see in it. And then, oh, looky here, there's crayon in it. After you get these top pieces pulled out, which a lot of these are antique buttons, and so they're still in there. Then you can just put your hand in and dip. And I love that because you can just grab a handful. You can get your hand down in it. So look for you a big jar like this that has a wide mouth. I do too. I love buttons and I won't get rid of them. I hate to say this, but if I share any, it is a rare occurrence. I might send you a card with a button on it, but I don't share my buttons because those antique ones are hard to come by anymore. Where you can, actually afford them. This right here was marked 29 cents. And no, they're just plain buttons, but it was marked 29 cents. Now, that's not right. And these are the kinds that you can cover. They're 100 metal. I'm trying to see. Look how they're hooked in the back. There are twist pins in the back that's holding. They've even got a measuring thing in the back. I'm trying to see if there's and there is a patent on it, but I don't see a date. Made in the USA, Dayville, Connecticut. So anyway, you know that's got some age on it. And I don't really hoard things too much, but you know, buttons is one of those things where I know. Even snaps. Even snaps. Made in South Carolina. Is that right? Now see, here's more covered buttons. These were 70 cents. So these are, you know, a little bit older. But they were in my mother's stash, so I know they're, now these are my newer ones. But you know, they're just you know, they're just too hard to come by. And then I keep even these. These are, you know, off my clothes. I keep them. And these are new buttons that I just got. This was a button card. I want you to look at that. That was a button card. 50s or 60s when my brothers was wearing jeans. Here's another one. I wish they had dates on them. But they don't. Anyway, I just won't give them up. I guess if I outgrew this, I would maybe thin out some of them. See, now there's a whole little kit that was sent to me. I need that in my wood things. Button cards are, yeah, they're great in a journal. And I have been known to take the buttons off of them and put one in a journal, but not very often. And these came from the leather factory. Men's jackets. Oh my God, this came off a jacket, and the jacket was $420. Size 48. Oh, the price was of the jacket originally was $420, and it dropped to $229.95. David James, Fine Leather Fashions. That's an expensive coat. That didn't come out of my mouth because we didn't have that kind of clothing. We didn't have that kind of clothing. And here's more sew-on snaps for baby's clothes. Anyway, I love my button jar. I love my button jar, and sometimes just get it out just so I can kind of feel it. But the whole bottom is covered with old buttons, and you know, and I just love the way it looks. Okay, that's all right, darling. And you know what? Before I put that back away, I should wash the sides of it because it's feeling gritty. And you know, I actually bought this jar because I had outgrown my original button box, and I have. That's really gotten dirty. I just really never looked back. But yes, it needed a little cleaning. It might show up a little better now. My only problem with it is now is that I've got it back in that corner and I can't get it in and out. And but I can see it, and I do love to look at it. So I can push this stuff down and set it out here. And those are my used stuff, and these need to be put away. Okay, so I'm putting the stuff away. I've got to get a box to put my journals in. To keep them. And I've got this card made, and this is going to be the front of one of my journals. Isn't she pretty? Hi, Janice. You know where she came from? She was in one of my picture frames. And I see it had fell out. The pictures fell out, and she was the girl that was in the picture in the store. And I hadn't took it out. I just left it in and just slipped the picture in. And my grandbaby unhooked the things on the back, and it fell out. And I thought, she's just too pretty to get rid of. So I had this card, and it was open for the photo on the side, and she fit down in there perfectly. And so I put a little lace on the bottom, and you know, I didn't have to do anything else to it. It's just pretty. And so check your cards, you know, that you get. This one was in a box of stuff, and see if they have a way that you can cut out a frame, because sometimes they're thick enough to do that. And sometimes you can cut out a frame inside of the pretty pattern where the writing is, and then put the picture on the back and cover it. Or you can put a piece of vellum on the back and then cover it with a pretty paper, and you have a pretty picture. So, you know, look for frames and other cards and stuff of places where you can cut them out. And I happened to get a set of, and I don't know if I ever showed you them, but I got a set of oval cutting dies that are really cool. And I've yet to use them. So I need to use that myself, because I have 3 boxes of cards, and I am going to make a card journal when I do in my mini series. And I'm making things for D-Stash. I'm not very fast at it. I don't craft fast anymore. I have too much on me. Tom needs me more. You know, things have just gotten hard. So, you know, I don't craft as much as I did. I'm making like maybe 1 video a week, or going live 1 time a week. And I was lucky to get on twice this week. And I thought about 3 times. And I just said, no, that's too much. And of course, then I was sick too. So anyway, I just can't do it as fast. But I'm going to get a few things up. You're seeing some of the stuff back here that I'm going to sell back here on my craft shelf. Get up a little bit. You can see that shelf. That's some of them. I also have some on the other side of the room. And I'm going to do a D-Stash because I really need to. And one of the things that's going to go in it is lace. This whole 3-drawer cabinet over here is full of lace, so tight that I can't even hardly open and close it. And then I have 2 big chevron oil boxes down under here, and it is full. Both of them are full of lace. So I'm going to do some lace packets, and I know Pinky was telling us about it, and he hasn't come home yet. Did you check with the pound? I would be putting up signs all over everywhere, and I would check with the pound. Oh, I lost a button, and it's a pretty thing. I don't know if you can see that, but can you see the prisms in that button? That's a pretty button. He bites. Well, maybe he's still out there running around. Now, I've checked with the pound because it sounds to me like if he's a biting dog that they may have picked him up. I would check with the pound because otherwise they'll keep him a while and they will put him down. I would be a checking with the pound and have them be on the lookout for it. You might have to pay for it if they pick him up, but it's it might be better than having him bite somebody and be responsible for him biting. Yes, Janice, that's right. Check rescue groups, yard sales, Facebook pages, all of that. Check on Craigslist. Check on Craigslist because I'm telling you that they resell animals they find so many times. In fact, they pick them up and then they sell them. They, that's makes me mad. Makes me mad when they do it. Mike here. I think Mike may have left us. He slipped out on us. I don't know if he has or not. He did have to go. I didn't see him say it. But he's going online tonight too. And I might just go join him. If I feel all right, I might go join him. I tell you what, he had them all laughing in Maddie's last night. Oh, it was so funny. He asked, okay, honey, I was just going to tell a story on you about your lace that you cut up or that you seen. And Mike asked her if that was lingerie lace. And she said, yes, it is. And of course, he got started. Oh, I hate that pink. Yeah, you check on Craigslist because you're liable to find them right there. That's somebody stealing dogs. What brocade fabric is? Yes, I can, honey. In fact, I can show you some. Brocade is a heavy textured fabric. Just a minute, and I'll go get some. This is not my best example of it. But, because I don't know that you can see this. But, oh, I will. Pull this one out. And, let's see. No, it'd be easier to show you on this one. Okay, I'm going to turn this down. All right. This is a brocade fabric. Okay. You see how that pattern is raised? You see that it's raised? Hi, Joy. So this is what a brocade looks like. Now there's other variations, and you know, this one is not a very expensive brocade, but that is what a brocade fabric is. And it can be in several different colors, like it's embossed, yes. And usually it's heavier. Now there's some light fabrics that have some of this kind of embossing on it, but you can usually see through it. Brocades are usually heavier. I keep this because I do a lot of recovering, and this would be very pretty on there, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, that might be a project that we tackle, and be love to do it. And I think there just might be enough to do it too. So we may have to do that. My cigarette hit the floor. It's not lit. It's not lit. Thank you, Janice, but it's not lit. I had laid it out to relight. And so anyway, this would kind of be pretty on this chair, and it really, really needs to be recovered. And I loved upholstery. But thank you for telling me about the cigarette. Oh, am I back? I'm going to wait and see if I come back. Okay, did I come back? Okay, some can and some can't. Okay. Anyway, I love to do that, and it's fun. So anyway, well, I have been on, honey. It is 3:30 in the afternoon, and I have got to rest a little bit before Spanky comes on, which will be at 5 o'clock. So I'm going to get off of here anyway, and so I'm going to tell you all goodbye, and thank you for coming, and that I love you, and I hope you're hearing this, that I love you all dearly, and I will see you next week. And I thank you so much for joining me. Doing her giveaway tonight, so everybody go and support her and watch, because you might have won. And oh, I love you too, Malia. Mwah, sweetheart. And Michelle, thank you. Love you too, baby. And there's several on tonight. I may go on the panel with Mike, and I can't tell you his channel's name. I believe it is just his name. And so I will tell Tom hello for you, honey, and he will be glad to hear it. And I love you too. I will be safe, darling. I don't get out much, and it's too cold for me right now to do anything. So I have even though I smoke and I shouldn't, I have the problems with the lungs, and I just can't breathe the cold air. I have asthma, and that's just not good. And like I said, I shouldn't smoke, but I have smoked for a long time. I've smoked since I was 14 years old. So giving that up is just very, very difficult. And so I'm trying. I'm trying to cut down. And if I can cut down just that much, I'm doing myself a service. So it'll have to take it one day at a time. I've smoked too many years. So anyway, girls, I love you all. And I enjoy these Sunday chats. And I hope that you're back next week for our next one. And watch for me during the week because I never know when I'm going to be able to come on. It has to be just for the moment because I have so much going on. And yes, it will be worth it. It will be worth it if I can get it done. And if not, don't gripe at me because I have smoked so many years, girls. And I've got too much stress anyway. So I love you. Don't gripe at me. Then anyway, I'm gonna go off and rest a little bit. Wait for Spanky. I will see you all in there. And then I hope to see you in Mike's. And Spectrum Art Maddie was in here, and she has a live stream tonight too for mixed media. And I will probably pop in there for a little while. So it's going to be a busy night on YouTube, and Tommy can watch his game shows because Mama didn't gripe when she's on YouTube. So, so anyway, I let him kind of have the TV, and I just do my videos and enjoy the night and try to get some sleep if I can when I can. And so, anyway, it's been a lovely day. It's been a lovely Sunday for me. I enjoy doing this so much, and I enjoy having you. And every Sunday. And if you ever need anything, now Sunday is the day to ask. Sunday is the day to let me know what you need or what you need to know about a journal or what because I don't always see the chat and I don't always catch them. So I see it better now because I've got it right beside me, but I can't leave it here because everything I would go all over it. And I'm not going to destroy this computer by doing that. So anyway, but for Sunday chat, I thought it would be fine to put it down a little closer. So I can look up every now and then into the camera. Okay, I'm going to tell you I love you and give your light to the world. Give it to the world like you give it to me and spread joy wherever you go and walk away from anything that doesn't make you happy. There's too many people out there that will. So love you. And I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I love that you fill me with light like you have. Love you girls. Bye-bye.